West Bates for white bread. West white bread. Remember how we were like joking around on Persona the other night about like doing a podcast? Like, what would that actually look like? Greetings and welcome to the Great Game Debates Gaiden podcast, episode 1. Thanks for joining us. My name is Wes Bates. I'll be the host for this little shindig. I'm your host, Frigatito. I'll be taking you through the episode today. This is GGD Gaiden, the only monthly video game top 10 countdown show featuring a grown-ass man in a Gengar Snuggie.
It's a full-ass onesie.
I was wondering that. I was like, is it a whole onesie? Because
it's a onesie.
Oh my god, he's going to stand up.
It's got tails on the back and a tail.
Joining me today are the best co-conspirators for a podcast that any guy could have. The 3 sexiest video game dads anybody has ever met in their lives. The terrific Titanic Trio. The Titanic Trio of Terror. The host who boasts the most roast, Mr. Hunter Pearson.
What's up, wonderful, warm, whimsical West Coast West Bates?
The yogi to my boo-boo, Hunter Pearson.
What's up, West? Second time's the charm, Bates. Anyway.
Yeah, that first bad take. Anyway, many more bad takes to come on the show. Guaranteed.
Thanks, boo-boo.
Stone Cold, Big Flamin' Owl, Bear Bro, Average Blade, Tommy Lasorda, Ballbuster Pearson.
Hey, how's it going? How are your balls today?
My balls are wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Great. I feel like you always intro me first. Like, is it because I'm your favorite? Is this favoritism? Or
no, it's because Brad's my favorite and I saved the best for last. The Professor of Persona, the Terror of Tartarus, Brad Iron Chef, the Mad Lad, New York,
Victory Cry,
the Pinball Wizard, Dirty Donnie, aka Brad the Impaler, Magic Missile Russell.
You look great.
We're glad that you're here all the same, Brad.
I always look great.
You do. You look
That's
fantastic.
true. Absolutely. And lastly, but not leastly, speaking of crabs, the King of Crabs, Zach, I have no shame. King of the Carp, the Crunch King, Puppy Love, Liar, Pants on Fire, because he's been playing Lies of P.
Oh, he has been playing Lies. Yeah, you're not a real boy.
The Beard Boy of Bourbon Street, Stacked, Zach Pearson.
Excited to be here and be a Millennial Menace. Let's get this going.
Millennial Menace.
Yeah, he's like the baby. Still a dad. Qualify well, dads.
Yeah, so we have 4 gamer dads here. We like to start the podcast off with a positive spin. So we're going to talk about what's good, and we're just going to go around real quick, and each of us is going to talk really quickly about something good, either in their own lives or something good that's kind of like making their day or week. So, Hunter, starting with you, what's good?
We are going to PAX this week.
I thought we'd talk a little bit about what was kind of the highlight of our PAX experience, other than getting together and, hanging out together, because for me, that was definitely the highlight.
Demon School was incredible.
It's decorative fucking gourd season. I thought Brad's the one who stabbed Asterion in the heart with a stake.
Hey! You're bearing the lead here, man.
That wasn't me. That was We're in the trenches and up to our asses in gigantic RPG here.
Sorry, I also wanted to say that if you heard the door open a second ago, that was my wife who did nothing except for pump in, flick me off, and then leave. That was it.
I got an idea. What if we did like a news segment? Oh yeah, you mean like if we did some kind of we all just kind of brought a news thing, and then we just kind of went through it, and everybody got to do them. Yeah, that'd be good. We should do that. For now, I think we need to dig into some news. It's time for News Bites.
Ching!
Thank you.
Hot off the presses, it's Sound News Bite.
Get your news here.
Bummer. PS5 entering the latter stage of its life cycle, Sony says.
Microsoft is cutting 1,900 jobs from its video game division.
Fallout 76 is getting something rare. A second chance at a first impression.
Tabletop games, video games, there's anything you can use sometimes for just that escapism, or sometimes just facing challenges that you may not normally face in your life, and it can help you understand how you can face those in your life as well. So yeah, absolutely fantastic article to bring in, Brad.
But the New Game Plus behind a paywall to me feels kind of like a bizarre choice.
It was only 5 years ago we were still getting super hyped this time of year for E3 coming up, and this is just another kind of skid mark in the underwear of the games industry.
Oh, that's really dumb. Anyway, so we can't tell you what to do with your money, but please don't buy this, folks.
Okay, gentlemen.
not Zach.
I'm the enemy
So,
to all
He's the
scalpers.
scalp.
Video
Anti-scalp.
game Robin Hood.
I hope they stab me in the nipples. You can even feel like you're getting kissed by other characters. I mean, I'm definitely better than a suit.
Are you offering to kiss people?
I don't know. It
We're
depends on
playing
how
the
much. Maybe that's like the premium package. I'm a good kisser.
I believe it.
All right.
Well, on that
Sorry,
note,
I derailed that.
Zach, what do you think we should do?
I think we should rank.
You know what? Top 10. I love top 10. Yes,
Top
top
10
10.
sounds
Top 10. Top 10.
What about a top 11?
That's too much. You get past 10. That's too much.
Top 11.
There's too much going
No,
on.
we're not going to do that. The idea here is we are going to kick out the subject of the top 10 to the community.
this isn't just any top 10. This is our community-driven top 10. So we provide the topic, the community provides the nominees, the community votes, and we compile the results into our community top 10.
We're going to move on to the Gaiden top 10. This one.
I've got to do my own hosting and noise now. Normally I do that in West.
All right. Did you say something, Hunter? I didn't get that.
I just said near.
And to kick things off, what better way to start the GGD Gaiden podcast than a top 10 video game ninja countdown?
Batman. Now, I have a little bit of a bone to pick with this this number 9 entry, okay?
Video game bromances. Sonic and Tails, Toe Jam and Earl, Kratos and Mimir, Joker and Batman. What? At number 1, we have Noctis, Ignis, Gladiolus, and Prompto from Final Fantasy 15.
What a
aka
surprise!
Bromance the video game. Dead video game franchises that we want to see return. Castlevania, the Mother series. Look, Reggie, it's time, okay? Let Mother 3 come out. Dino Crisis, Legacy of Kain. So joining us from the Great Game Debate podcast, Mr. Caden Barathay Lane.
Hello, everyone. Caden here from the Great Game Debate podcast, just chiming in with my 2 cents on the Legacy of Kain. It's hands down one of the best stories in gaming, and it's just sitting there. I mean, come on, guys. Remaster, remake, reimagine. I don't care. Just do something with it.
At number 8, we have Tom Nook.
For the uninitiated, Tom Nook is the mayor, or the. I'm just gonna come straight out with it. Tom Nook is the final boss of Animal Crossing. It's just what he is. Without Tom Nook, you don't have a video game.
So it's not a lie to say that you're doing it all for the Nookie. At number 7, we have Tai Takami from Persona 5.
As per the directions of our leader and off by 3 points, winner Wes, I will not engage in inappropriate sex relations with my virtual primary care physician.
Marcus Kincaid from the Borderlands series.
One of our community members, big fan of this person, Ryan Stubbs.
So, you want to hear a story, huh? One about the merchant who makes sure the heroes are armed to the teeth so that they can save the day? No? Well, too bad. I'm going to tell you anyway.
It's Beetle.
Last thing I'll say about Beetle is that his nipples are too far apart. Okay, they're too far apart. They're almost in his armpits. And that's,
Asymmetrical nipples.
yeah, I think that's like very weird. He needs to get a shirt on because his nipples are very off-putting.
The top 10 video game robots. Vivi from Final Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy IX is nothing but like a nostalgic fan fest. It's just a total gushing Final Fantasy wound, and it's wonderful. You should finish up.
A gushing Final Fantasy wound.
Vivid description.
Yes.
I don't think anybody's going to say it better than that. HK-47 from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
So we're gonna shift it over to Dan Kelly and his take on HK-47.
Love, Death, and Robots. Though it might be an appropriate title for an animated Netflix series, it is also a title that succinctly embodies all aspects of HK-47 down to the last actuator.
At number 5, we've got Claptrap from the Borderlands series.
Jesus.
I love it.
This may be a bit of an unpopular opinion. I don't like Claptrap. I don't like Claptrap at all. I find him incredibly,
Don't worry, I can figure out how to mute him.
incredibly annoying.
Well, that's the point. He's supposed to be annoying.
The number 1 robot is BD1. I'm so happy that BD1 is at the top of this list. I just love BD1 to death. Yeah, I know not everybody feels the same way, but I just love this little guy. He's just such a jolly little droid. He is, outside of Ahsoka Tano, my favorite Star Wars character. Probably.
Wow.
So he's top droid. He's top droid in all of Star Wars.
Next month, we're going to do our favorite snow and ice levels. Snow and or ice levels, or ice areas, or snow levels. So,
Skyrim. Hunter, why don't you talk to us about the snow in Skyrim?
you guys, have you ever heard of this game?
Number 5, we have
Snow Peak Ruins from Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Do we have somebody, a guest, to talk to us about Snow Peak Ruins?
Yeah, we actually reached out to, I think, the biggest Twilight Princess fan maybe alive today, Jonah Gomez from the main Great Game Debate podcast.
So let's hear from Jonah.
Hey, it's Jonah, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about Snow Peak Ruins from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. First off, I just want to say that this is one of the coolest snow levels ever, and it's from one of my favorite Zelda games, Twilight Princess.
The top 10 list of wacky peripherals. Maybe let's take the porn stuff out. We don't look, we cuss, but we don't want to I don't want to put up like a video of porn peripherals. So. Non-porn. Here to help us discuss funky peripherals, we have the Funky Monk himself, Sly Funky Monk, sometimes Salviesca in the house.
My mom calls me Sly Funky Monk, so whatever you're more comfortable with.
And number 9, Steel Battalion controller, a community member, friend of the podcast, Bob Buell.
What you get is a 3-paneled, 44-button, double joystick with the left joystick containing a joystick within the joystick, by the way. 3 foot pedals, a radio dial, 5 switches, and a gear shifter. This is closer to a Chevrolet Silverado than it is the Duke controller. Let's go completely balls to the wall with everything. 2 foot pedals? No, throw a third one on there. 20 buttons? Not enough. 40. All that said, in closing, Steel Battalion is the coolest gaming peripheral that is truly an affront to the entire gaming medium. I thank you for your time, and I cede my floor to whoever dares try to rank higher than this. Thank you for your time.
There is nothing to say after that.
At number 8, it is the Ring Fit controller.
It's time to get exercising, everybody. Let's go.
The top 10 DLCs. At number 9, we have Brood War from StarCraft.
Nothing really hooked the fans of RTS games like Brood War did. It's something wholly original and unique, and unlike anything that's out now.
At number 7, we have the Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare DLC. And you're like, no, you eat babies. Everybody knows it. You eat babies.
Yeah.
He's like, we eat mushrooms and berries, you fool.
Yeah.
At number 2, we have the Old Hunters DLC from Bloodborne.
We are doing top 10 arcade games.
With an older brother who did not deem me cool enough at the time to take to the arcade with him.
Dad's too busy wiping your ass. It wasn't supposed to change you in the arcade.
We've talked about the ass wiping thing on the show before. Okay? We don't need to keep bringing it up, right?
Yeah, they appealed to all 5 senses, like the sticky floors and the cigarette smoke, right? And the flashing lights and the artwork on the marquees. These places were just places where people of all different stripes gathered. People were smoking in there. Some of these machines had ashtrays built into this thing. Everyone had a 40 or a tall boy in in a paper bag, dude, right? You were terrified of the older kids and the jean, the Iron Maiden jean jacket,
making out with people.
Yeah, in my day at least, these places were terrifying but insanely fun to go to.
Number 9, we have a modern classic, Killer Queen. We have a Killer Queen enthusiast here to give us some backup. Mr. Holden Hintz.
The bottom line here is that Killer Queen is very simple gameplay with a high ceiling. What you see is what you get.
At number 7, it's Miss Pac-Man, Mortal Kombat 2. And Hunter is so happy that this made it on the list.
Put your recorder on the machine, wait your turn, get your fucking ass handed to you by 23-year-old Dale who worked at the Sbarro next door and just played on his lunch breaks every day.
You could turn someone into a baby, and it's no, that's bullshit. There's no way.
X-Men Arcade. Brad, before we move on to our number 3 pick, can we get one more of those Colossus?
Yeah.
Peeked out. I didn't hear any of that. At number 1, we have Dance Dance Revolution.
Let's go.
Of all games.
Let's go.
The next top 10 topic is top 10 animal companions. Morgana from Persona 5.
Spoilers. None of these other companions on this top 10 list can turn into a van.
What? Or a helicopter.
Checkmate. Or a helicopter with kitty ears.
I'm sorry, internet. I'm not really a cat person.
Morgana's just can't handle it.
Just freaks out.
Yeah. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I love it.
I think with that Snuggie you have on, I think I need to make a gif of what you just did.
At number 9, we have Kazooie from the Banjo-Kazooie games.
Despite her autonomy, Kazooie's loyalty to Banjo remains unwavering, underscoring the strength of their partnership and the depth of their bond.
We have Your Horse from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Everybody's favorite thing about the horses, right? Like,
Colin Boy?
no, it's the big floppy horse balls, right?
That's not my favorite thing, but sure, why not?
Well, you know, like everybody loves the fact that like they swell. Like if you're like in the heat of Saint Denis, they like swell up and get like big, and then if you like go up to the Grizzlies, they shrivel up in these tiny little. I mean, that's great, right? And if that's not companionship, like just getting underneath your horse and checking out his beans, I don't know what companionship is.
Hunter going to the different regions just to jump off his horse and to check his beans.
Dude, you got to check out the beans. Ride around on your horse, feed your horse, you know, call it a good boy or whatever, you know. Yeah. Like you actually get it, you level it like in terms of actually like caring for a horse and like having all of like what goes into
realistic testicle physics.
Yes, testicle physics for sure. I don't think there's any game that has better testicle physics. Maybe Baldur's Gate.
We have Yoshi from the Super Mario Brothers series. Do we want to do the noise?
Yes, you got to do it.
Do the noise.
Yoshi!
Mario slugs Yoshi in the back of the head. So
right
the eyes bug out, and like when the tongue flies out, like he's actually popping this thing in the back of the head to get it to do stuff.
Yeah.
Later on, they changed it to like a pointed finger where he's just kind of like commanding Yoshi to do things. But in that first game, like he clearly winds up and puts some stank on it.
And he like Yoshi punches him.
We are doing top 10 video game original soundtracks this month.
Number 6, we've got Mega Man 2.
Oh,
I just
man,
have one comment. I know why they call it the Woodman stage, because this music getting me a little excited here. At number 2, Persona 5 Royal.
You never see it come back. You say that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done there. But the time is
You know what? We used to do a lot of game clubs. And
We did do a lot of game clubs back in the
we
day.
haven't done those much recently. Should we start bringing back a game club?
Yeah, we need to do more game clubs. Oh, Indie Game Club. Yes, this is a good idea. This is a really good idea. Like, we got to do this. We got to do this nutty Indies Game Club thing.
Indies nuts.
And you know what? I got a game we could do.
Evil Tonight, which is a sort of retro style Super Nintendo-ish Resident Evil game. Heaven's Vault.
Yeah. I was alarmed right off the bat when I went to go install this game, and I saw that I could either buy it on its own or in a Steam bundle called Games for Readers. I just straight up dozed off, like while I was flying, and I was just like in my chair with my controller, like asleep. And when I woke up, I was there.
So Hunter mentioned our friend Dan, and so Dan was kind enough to play along with us.
All right, so talking about Heaven's Vault, and as someone who's like done a little bit of studies for my professional life in language and then operating cross-culturally in a different language, I found it super interesting to, kind of deal with like what it would look like to turn translation work into a game.
I did enjoy this game. I liked the concept of trying to figure out a dead language.
I think that this game is really unique, and I appreciate what it's trying to do. Greece.
I think I'm gonna give it an 8. It's really, really good, and that's high praise for me because I'm not like an indie person. So yeah, and I would just say that this game is being, I think, exactly what it wants to be.
This game's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's become, absolutely masterpiece for me. It's become part of my life. This game.
I'm with Brett here. This is a perfect game. This is a 10 out of 10 for me.
And we're going to be playing Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Like, you died, and I was like, yes, I can die!
I ended up beating, shout out to Pucho here, because his comment was, got the platinum for Turnip Boy!
That's awesome.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Congratulations, Pucho, on your platinum. And there's this, like, meme from one of the episodes where he's, like, juggling a cherry in his tongue, and he's like, with a cherry. We had a comment from Randall Reborn, who says, dude, you can't learn of a game called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion and not play it 100% in. And he followed up with a quote that says, I'm a blueberry! From community member Artemis. Okay, quickest game ever. Other than unpacking, I really did enjoy this game. The puzzles and the searching for objects to return to the veggies was super cute. We're here to talk about Norco. Did you give your dollar to him or to the other two guys?
I didn't give any money, no.
I gave him my dollar, and then I went to talk to the other people. They're like, "What? You gave it to Crappy Santa?
Yeah.
What are you doing? He tried to stab us." Going back to the hot dog thing. So as you're looking for these symbols, you go to this nightclub, and and the dude that you talked into buying the hot dogs and standing outside the nightclub, and you talk to him, and he tells the most insane, like, disgusting story about what happened to him after he ate.
You don't want to hear it. You can be like, no, I don't want to hear it, but like, you definitely want to hear it.
Yeah, it's basically him describing these hot dogs rocketing through his GI tract and not being able to find a bathroom like as immediately as he needed it.
So he's going to just quickly like sneak into this limo, and as he's sneaking in, the limo driver, the tinted thing is up, the divider is up, and he starts driving off. So he's unloading like just an insane amount of diarrhea shit into the back of this limo.
We're bringing Gorogoa to our Indies Nuts for next month.
I'll give it an 8.5. I mean,
wow, that's pretty good.
I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Give it a 7.5. I had a good time.
I think I'm gonna give it a 7. I'll be the sourpuss here, I guess.
I'm at the same spot as Hunter. I had this as an 8.5.
I picked Gato Roboto.
Gato Roboto. And I just love the fact that like the ship crash lands because a cat just steps on buttons. Like this is why you can't take cats into space.
I'm putting this at a 7.5.
7.5. I'm gonna go in a different direction, and I picked Jusan. I would give it a 5.
I don't know. Let's say 6.0.
So they get a 6.5.
For me, it was a 7. All right, next month we're going to be covering a little game called On Guard.
I give it a 7.5. Especially impressive, like Caden said, for a freshman effort, from the studio is really neat. And I do look forward to seeing what Fireplace does moving forward. So 7.5 for me.
This month we've got a real banger. A real banger. This was Zach's pick. It's Small Saga. What are you, some kind of a sicko? You think there's nothing normal about drinking titty milk? It's like, here you go. Here's your perv coffee, your perv espresso, you perv.
We need some sort of competition though, don't you think?
Something.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like
stuff.
Yeah, I want to hear some. I want to hear some real good like smack talk.
We're always keeping track of new games that are coming out. Why not compete on that?
We'll do like our.
Like what do you mean? Can you like?
We could do our own like kind of fantasy league, like unofficial like fantasy critic thing. So we each bring a game that we are looking forward to, and everybody else has to tell us what they think it's going to score. And that way, when they score the games I like really low, I can get upset about it and pitch a giant fit.
It's time for Hype Up!
Did we ever get it right?
That was good. That was good.
I'm going to bring in a game that I'm not even sure many people are aware of. Like it's kind of a smaller game, not made by many people. It's called Starfield. And
I haven't heard of it.
We are getting Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD remasters coming this next month.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I feel like I need to translate that like it's some archaeological.
Well, go right ahead. I have a wizard hat sitting out there, and I need a gun because I want to be a wizard with a gun.
And honestly, I've seen some gameplay of that game, and it's never really looked that appealing to me. There's just something about it that doesn't excite me at all.
All right, this month I'm picking Persona 5 Tactica,
a game called The Last Faith,
Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince.
How about you, Hunter?
Looks like a Brad game.
I'm bringing Tekken 8.
Skull and Bones. Who knows what this is going to be?
This is Unicorn Overlord is what I'm bringing.
Yes. I am bringing Stellar Blade. Yeah.
From the bottom.
It's, You're getting, I don't even know what you want to call that, like third person view maybe or something?
Short and sweet on it. It's like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and I'm super psyched, and I hope I'm not going a little too far, but I gave it a 90.
Shout out to Brendan Wims, who just played through the entirety of the series this year.
I'm going to go with an 87.
I had 87 in my brain. Damn you, Zach, and you already set the precedent that we can't be the same score, so I'm going to...
At least us two can't. We can't do it. They can if they want to.
I gave it a 75.
Okay. Oh.
75.
79.
70. Oh, we're just prices writing this thing right down. I gave it a 76.
We'll go 76.
Second rules, 86.
I'm gonna go with 87. I guess I'll take a high on this one. Woo.
We got a variance here. This is either gonna get me hype off or lose me hype off.
I'm going with an 88.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Attaboy. Good for you.
I think I'm gonna go with an 83.
I knew exactly what number you were gonna pick.
Because that's the average of your scores.
Mm-hmm. I had it typed into the document before you said.
That's so funny. He's here with us. Hold on.
What is
What's that?
You hear that?
Hello, GGD Gaiden crew. This is Wes. Man. Sorry about that. I had a tree frog stuck in my throat.
Dragon's Dogma 2.
So Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be the first 20 out of 10 video game in video game history. How do I know that? Because Dragon's Dogma 1 was a 10 out of 10, and the 2 in Dragon's Dogma 2 stands for twice as good. You should be excited for Dragon's Dogma 2 because it's gonna be a banger!
All right, so my score is 85. I'm just not interested in this at all, at least at this point. So, but I think it's going to be 85.
And what did you give Dragon's Dogma 2 that you're way more excited for?
Also an 85.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure I was clear on that. Right at the very
Some
end.
yo-yo out there,
Anyway,
bringing the score
we
down.
talked about it,
What the
man.
hell?
You got to account for the ding dongs. Ding
Yep,
dongs
that's
are
right.
out there, and the ding dongs.
No game is ding dong proof.
Yeah. Oh no, it's another Metroidvania that looks fun with good controls that ding dongs won't like because it's a Metroidvania. So 75.
I got written 85.
85. You know, Brad, I always appreciate that you just cut to the chase, you know?
Yeah, Brad's
Right
no
there with the
nonsense.
numbers. 94.
I'm super pumped for this game.
I guess I'm lowballing it with the 68. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, you go with that, dude. We don't mind. We don't mind you spinning the wheel. Spin that wheel, dude.
It's late, dude. You just got me. I'm like, what?
Somehow or another, Brad and Wes will figure out how to tie.
Alright.
Brad and Wes both tied.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes. The game is Hello Kitty and Friends Happiness Parade, you fucking asshole. Period.
That's backwards.
Holy
together.
shit.
Oh, you guys,
What the hell?
you guys are absolutely the worst. You know that? So, in order to determine our official loser, we're going to do a repeat of what we did last time, and I'm going to pick.
We have to compete.
We have to compete
the
to be
biggest
the
loser.
To be the loser.
So, with that said, I win Hype Off for this month, so I get the final word.
Even though Zach brought the absolute worst game ever made, he ended up winning the Hype Off with the 79.
Da, 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 da. Hunter Pearson.
Dude.
Brad, the winner of this round of Hype Off. Congratulations.
Brad actually eked out a victory again.
Brad takes the win.
Brad's the winner again.
Brad hit this on the money with an 83.
Damn you, Brad.
71 and 78. Okay, our official winner is Mr. Brad Russell. The score was a comedic 69.
Brad, perpetual winner once again.
Yes, Brad has won. He has basically, it's formed a Brad dynasty, a Brad dynasty. You just described yourself as the Super Bowl chicken. Like,
That's
is that
pretty
what
much what I am, man. I'm like the Super Bowl chicken around here.
just randomly
Got it.
pecking at things? Brad is the closest, and I cannot believe how
Oh
good
my
you
God.
are doing this just
Brad,
based off
again.
the name. No, you didn't know anything about this. It's like you can just hear a name and guess it. It's kind
Well,
of
because it
incredible.
sounds like shovelware to me, and that stuff always scores like in the 60s.
Right, that was the most exciting conclusion Hype Off we've ever had, I think.
Was you beating your chest or feeling your tits? I couldn't tell.
Maybe a little of both, okay?
Yeah.
Don't hold it against it.
together.
Sure. Speaking of spinning the wheel, I think it's time to spin the wheel of consequence.
The GGD
Wheel
Gaiden
consequences.
Wheel of Consequences is here.
Give it a
Are we-
really strong spin, all right?
You want a good strong one.
Wheel of
Hey,
consequence, turn, turn, turn. Tell Hunter the punishment that he has earned.
Okay. Number 9.
Number 9.
Oh, good. Have your child or spouse give you a makeover and post the photo on Discord. Oh, yes! Courtney is going to love this.
For those of you who know my wife, you just made her whole year.
If you're wondering, why is this jackass dressed up like a Pokemon? This is the repercussions of the bet that we had on our last episode, which I lost. Wheel of consequence, turn, turn, turn. Tell me the punishment that I have earned. And the punishment is...
Oh, number 6, it's backwards, but...
Does it show
number
your
6
butthole?
is
Oh, no.
Do an impression. So Wes
Do
has to
an impression.
Oh,
Can
Wes
do.
got this on hand.
We're gonna pay up right now. So
Can I
man.
just make?
Wes
Can I
impression.
just? It's from The Simpsons, isn't it?
It's not, actually.
Oh, all right.
I was...
Hunter has Homer Simpson PJ pants on, by the way.
Dude, these things.
That's a real fan right there.
Yeah, I love these things, man. They got pockets and a penis hole.
All right.
Let's hear it, Let's.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here, reporting on Sesame Street. Anybody seen Big Bird?
Pretty good, man.
100% better than the background.
Fantastic.
Well
Yes.
done, dude. As the loser of the inaugural hype off to my younger, better brother, I will commit to finishing Final Fantasy VII Remake.
So, as the loser for tonight, because my big brother gets to gloat in my face and he has got his smug look on because he's so happy.
Right. Is punishment for sucking hype off again. Brad has me reading an excerpt from the shit story in Norco.
All right, this is Wes. As for my final word, I'd just like to encourage folks to go out and give blood real quick. I would just like to give a quick shout out to Brian Keys. Brian, we love you.
All right, for my final word, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has done all their votes and everyone who was on the podcast with me. This has been a great adventure.
Be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.
That sounds like a good show. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. thank you for listening, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Real quick one.
Yeah, it's only 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm fine.